I'd like to talk about burglary and how you're going to see burglary on the bar exam. Burglary is either going to be tested at common law or burglary is going to be tested modernly. Now, what's the difference between burglary at common law and burglary today? And I should take a step back and say, be careful. If you're not told on the bar what to follow, you should follow modern majority rules, right? You should follow modern majority rules. Now, at common law, meaning we're only going to apply common law if we are told, at common law, it was very hard to commit burglary because there were more elements. It was more strict. You had to have the breaking and the entering of a dwelling house of another at night with the intent to commit a larceny or a felony inside. So a lot of elements needed at common law. We've modernly, right, we've since relaxed those rules. Since common law, we've relaxed those rules. So it no longer needs to be at night. That's usually a big trap on the MBE. It doesn't have to be a dwelling house either. It just needs to be a separately secured structure. So a garage, for instance, could be applicable. It doesn't have to be the house of another either. It could be any separately secured structure, regardless of ownership. And you don't have to traditionally break and enter the same way. The breaking at common law was more of an actual physical breaking, but modernly, all you need to do is enlarge anything that was smaller. So if the door is open a crack and you need to move it open a little bit more to get inside, that's going to be sufficient. If the door is closed but unlocked and you open it, that's going to be sufficient. You don't need to physically break the door. And it doesn't have to be a door, right? It could be a window at the same time, or it could be a window instead. So remember, big difference with burglary and how you're going to see it on the bar exam. They're either going to be silent and then you follow majority rules, or they would, remember, majority rules would be more relaxed, meaning it's probably easier to find a defendant guilty because there are fewer elements needed. If they want you to follow common law, then of course they will say this jurisdiction still maintains traditional rules of common law, or at common law, or in a jurisdiction that still follows common law, how should the court decide, guilty or innocent? And remember, we're looking for elements. So as you're going down through, you're looking to check off elements that are required. If they're there, you have guilt. Then, of course, think about any possible defenses. If you're missing an element, well, then stop your analysis right there. Don't worry about defenses, because let's put the prosecution to task. Let's make sure that they prove each and every element beyond a reasonable doubt. Burglary, testable area, probably 3 questions touching on burglary. So know it, know the distinctions, and get yourself some points.